Why now?
That's a great question, Dan, because, look, some people think it's a PR move by the NFL to do this. Well, why would you do it now? Everything's done. Everything's over. Kaepernick's agent put out a memo a few weeks ago addressing some of the false narratives that still linger about Colin Kaepernick. It didn't even register a blip on the radar screen. People don't care. People have moved on. I don't know why the league would decide right now we got to have this workout on a Saturday in November where all teams are going to be invited. No one's going to be there. I mean, they'll send low-level lackeys to cover this thing, and maybe a coach and a GM will look at the film of it, but a workout's not meaningful unless the coach is there, the GM is there. They're not going to be there. And that's why Kaepernick's agents said initially to the league, can we do it on Tuesday? The league said no. Well, can we do it next Saturday so teams have more time to do this? The league says no. So there's a weird vibe to this. There's something else going on more than meets the eye. Any team out there can bring him in for a workout anytime they want. The idea that the league office has decided out of the blue, we're going to have this workout where all 32 teams are invited, and it's going to be this Saturday and only this Saturday. There's just something about it that doesn't smell right. And if it's PR, it's clumsy PR. Dan, I think at a certain level they're worried about a second lawsuit from Colin Kaepernick for retaliating against him because of the first one. You know, he files the first one, they pay him, and then they continue to freeze him out. The argument now would be the reason no one's giving him a job is they're upset they had to write him a big check. And as we see these fringe-level quarterbacks who are thriving, why does this guy even get a workout? He doesn't even get a phone call. And this is the NFL's possibly clumsy way of enhancing their legal standing if there is a second lawsuit somewhere down the road from Kaepernick.
But what's more important on Saturday, the actual workout with Kaepernick or the interview with Kaepernick?
I think the workout's more important, Dan, because, look, these teams have been in position to find out everything they want to find out. How much money does he want? What's he expecting? They have treated him like he doesn't exist. They don't want to know the answers to the questions. They've allowed the false narratives to take root, and there are people who say, well, he wants $20 million a year. Well, he only wants to be a starter. Well, he's a vegan. Well, he's this. You know, and these are easy questions to get answers to if they want them, but it's been crickets for 2.5 years. And really the best argument that the teams have now to stay away from him is the fact that he hasn't played since January 1 of 2017. And the reason he hasn't played since then is because they've successfully frozen him out. So that's what's so strange about this. They're at a point where everyone's moved on and everyone's accepted. I've been a Kaepernick supporter from day one, and I've accepted he's not getting back in. It is so bizarre to me that all of a sudden they would do this. But, yeah, we'll see. And who's going to be there to interview him? That's the thing. If a coach and a GM isn't there and they send some low-level scout, how meaningful is that interview going to be? So just the whole thing stinks to me. And you know, I'd love to know how this came to be. I'd love to know whose bright idea this was. I'd love to know how many owners actually knew about this before this is something the league office decided to do.
I had a source who told me this morning, because I said, where's this coming from? And a source said, there's pressure on the commissioner. And I said, who's applying the pressure? And he said, I can't talk about it now. What the hell is going on here?
I mean, is it because Sims and I were talking about this earlier today on PFT Live, and Sims threw out the JayZ angle. And my thought is if JayZ was in any way responsible for this, that would have been leaked because he's going to want credit for it to push back against all the criticism he got. So if no one's linking JayZ to this, it's not JayZ. So I don't know where the pressure would be on the commissioner unless the pressure is coming from his in-house lawyer, Jeff Pash, saying, we need to do something here. No one's giving this guy a workout. We need to have a workout for him, and maybe he won't show up. And if he doesn't show up, then we can say he's really not serious about playing football. And it may be that it's just this weird game of chess that they're going to throw seriously, they're going to throw these breadcrumbs out there and see if he follows the trail. And if he doesn't, then they put themselves in a better spot if there would be further litigation down the road. But this one is one of the more bizarre developments. It's an unforced error from the league at a time when they want everyone to focus on the 100th season. They're the ones who have dusted this off and put this front and center, and there was no reason to do it.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.